Hello, welcome. Today I'm talking about Caress of Steel, which is the third album by the band Rush. It was released in 1975, and I thought Caress of Steel meant when you caress someone so good that your hands are like steel. Thank God it wasn't that. Caress of Steel is a poetic and visceral phrase meaning the cold, sharp touch of a metal blade, such as a sword or a guillotine. Some people say guillotine, but they can go screw. Anywho, I enjoyed the record, but similarly to the first two Rush albums, I enjoyed it as a record, but not as a Rush album. I found the first three songs to still have that kind of clear Led Zeppelin influence, but I noticed his voice is starting to sound more Geddy-ish and a little bit less Robert Planty, which I really like, and that definitely happens more in the final song. The second song has silly lyrics about going bald. I like that, but nothing musically has like really challenged my ears or like. I haven't found anything in the catalog up to this point, the first three albums. I haven't found anything that the melodies kind of stick around in my head. And I will, spoiler alert, the album Hemispheres, these melodies, these vocal melodies, these little bass parts, but really like the vocals like really stick in my head and I think about them. And I want to go into my my 2007 Trailblazer and listen to Hemispheres. But the first three records, I don't really feel that way, but they're good. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm shit talking, a band that I've always loved, but I'm growing to love even more. But I don't think Caress of Steel is one that I will return to as often. I'll just say that. There are 5 songs on the album, and the final 2 songs are long. One's like 12 minutes, one's like 19 minutes, right? So they're kind of, purported to be epics, in my opinion, like longer songs in a prog thing. They're almost like classical. They have overtures and little sections, and they're more epic. But you know what? I think the music, especially in the song Necromancer, the music wasn't complex enough to warrant epicness. And I guess I don't mean complex, like it doesn't have to have like jazz chords. It doesn't have to like have like Steely Dan chords or like, super intense hard melody stuff, but I just think that a little bit later in their career they write vocal melodies that are catchy but really interesting, and the parts are just more memorable to me, and I think they're just kind of shedding in the first few records. Even though they're very, very good, I can tell they're kind of figuring out who they are, and they're not fully Rush yet, to me, to what I consider Rush to sound like. But I understand that there's some fans out there that their favorite 3 might be the first 3 records, and that's valid. Like my take on it doesn't mean I'm right at all. And in fact, I might re-listen to the first 3 records and might be like, oh, these are some of my favorite of their albums. I kind of don't see that happening because I know there's a very fun era in the 80s that's coming up that is like very musically interesting. I'm very excited for. But no, these are not bad records at all. They're fine. They're fine. But the problem I have is that they're fine and they are destined for greatness. And it's coming very soon. It's coming in 2112. I know, because I know the record. It's very, very good. I'm very excited for that. I guess the last thing I'll say is there's a part in like 13 minutes into the very final song that all of a sudden I was like, Geddy is really singing like Geddy, and he's writing these vocal melodies that are like memorable and interesting. And then just the way they're playing, it just like felt like, oh, we're getting to Rush now. Like this is really, really good. And I definitely will revisit that final song, the Fountains of Lamneth. It's really, really good song, and I really, really like it. And to me, it's like, oh, maybe this song is like the bridge into like where I like Rush to sit for myself. But I don't know. Who knows what I'm talking about ever? Who knows what I'm ever talking about? Caress of Steel, it was pretty good.